it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just don't be I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just don't be
Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. This is Catch, aka Rocky. We are at the SFR GT Challenge, round 6 at the Green Hell of Australia. Yes, better known as Bathurst or Mount Panorama to some. We are looking at RR Ghost 45 on track right now in his Bentley. Had a great performance last round at Silverstone. What a race that was, ladies and gents. What a race that was. And now we're looking for something similar to take place tonight here. But as we all know, when you're at Bathurst, it's not about really your opponents. It's really about you, your car, and you versus the track. So I think we'll be in for some sort of a really pretty good treat tonight, actually, here. We got 5 minutes left of the free practice, so these times obviously don't count right now. These guys are just getting their situation settled here, but something I wanted to show you guys and girls out there, it's a little bit hot, I would say, in Australia right now. Is if you look here, okay, we have 32 degrees Celsius ambient temperature outside, and the track is 40 degrees Celsius. So we're looking at about 90 degrees track temperature here. So tonight's rules and regs. Let's give Shark Attack some love here in his McLaren, and see if he could actually get this thing planted tonight going down the mountain. We'll keep an eye on Shark Attack for a minute. I believe Magic Man has just entered the server, so that is good. Magic Man is on the track, coming off of his podium performance last week. So just to top it all off, we have Ray, who had a great drive last week. He did come into it with LJ a little bit. There's Ray E46. Okay, so he did come into it a little bit with LJ last week. Unfortunately, we're missing LJ for the remaining of the series. And just so everybody else out there knows, we will be starting another PS4 series, shortly after this. Okay, so that's going to be good. Okay, but to round off last week, okay, we got Nolander in the game, and here's Nolander going to take a shot at racing. Nolander, who just joined in the 563 Lambo, he is normally the broadcaster, but maybe he knows I'm doing it, so he's decided to race instead, which would be great. Hey, Rick in the house. Yes, it's race day, Rick. It is race day indeed. Indeed it is. So to recap last week, we had Ray take the win. Okay, there was no penalties served there. No incident report got reported. And that was really one of the only debatable ones. I think Blocks had one off the line as well with a GT3 car. So we'll have to see what happens here. Now, guys, if we go here real quick and we just look at, this is the turn up to T1 here. Now, you'll see Shark Attack have this kind of over snappy wheel here because he's on a controller. So that's kind of what it looks like when you're on a controller. I'm pretty sure he is. So yeah, it takes a talent of its own to play ACC on a controller. I mean, now you see, those inputs you would never get when you're on the wheel. And it might look funny here, but that's actually how the controller needs to be, ran. And it does things like this when you're on board, as opposed to, let's just take somebody that we know has a wheel. And if we look at Ray here, and we see what he did, you can see how the inputs are going to be a lot different. Now, we just saw Shark Attack come through T1. And now you'll look at the inputs here, and you can clearly see that on the wheel, it's a lot less hectic and a lot more smoother inputs. So, to cap it off, Ray took home the win. Then we have Magic Man in the McLaren, who took home the second place. There he is, right here, number 78, in that those Pink Panthers. He's teammates with We the Kevin. Okay, so Magic Man took home second place, and Ghost, who's up here pole position right now, did take home the final podium position. So great job by those guys. Now we get into the GT4 class. If you look at Blocks is really fast, but he got a little bit of contact last week that we saw off the line, and that kind of sort of put him behind the 8 ball. He was on the back foot all night. He did have a few more incidents, but I'm expecting Blocks to really fully get back into contention here. Then we have We the Kevin. What a battle that they had last week with We the Kevin, JP in the Porsche here, Autista. It was really something else. It was really great. Now we have a few additions. Now Ram actually did a really good job last week as well. Things were really close in the GT4 class, as you guys and girls know here. So we're going to get rid of the free practice here. And as you see, the temps are dropping now, 32, 39. So it's still going to be very hot. So the rules for tonight are, it's a 60-minute race, okay? 60-minute race, and the drivers could do whatever they want as far as pitting. There is no mandatory pit stop for tires or for fuel or for anything. So what you're most likely going to see, now it depends now, this is really, it depends. Oh, it doesn't do that for you, huh, Rick? Okay, maybe it's just something in spectator mode, because even when I'm driving myself and I happen to spectate another driver, it does that. So maybe it just happens when somebody's spectating you. But what's going to happen here tonight, guys, is one or two things are going to happen that the drivers are going to have to make a decision on what they want to do. Now, if they, depending on, I guess, where they qualify and how well they do, and if they don't have any damage, we're assuming that they handle the mountain pretty well, they would probably be out on a full tank, and they won't make a pit stop. They just got to get their fuel right and make sure that their tire pressures are right, that it'll take them through properly through the whole race. But then again, you could decide to go the other route and say, I'm going to push. I'm going to really try and push. Magic getting a little bit of snap oversteer there. But you could say, I'm really going to push, and I'm really going to try and, you know, really nail laps and just hammer out, and then I'll make a pit stop. So that is something that you could elect to do as well, which isn't a bad idea. You know, the time that you lose in the pit with a fresh set of tires, you will make up a lot of time on track. But a little word of wisdom here: Bathurst is not a track that you can get around people easy. So if you're looking to actually do that, as we get Q underway right now, here. But if you're really looking to do that, now the GT3s will go out first for the first 10 minutes, and then the GT4s will go out second. So the GT3 drivers will start to get ready to go. Now Sharkbait is another one you got to watch out for. Sharkbait has been really coming on strong. We mentioned that last week, and he's definitely got a potential to win the series and actually win this race tonight. I don't know how much practice he put in, but here we go, ladies and gents. The GT3s are on their way out, and we'll try and give all the drivers some love here. So it will be pretty interesting to see what these drivers will do. Again, like I said, will they decide to take a pit stop? Will they decide to just go the whole mile and go the 60 minutes without a pit? But as you can see now, the temps have it's risen another degree, so we're at 41 degrees Celsius, which is a very, very hot track. And the track is on fast right now, so the GT3 drivers are a little bit behind the 8-ball because they're out on the track first, and it's only a fast track. So yeah, 16 here. We're missing, I'll tell you where they are. So we're missing Spec in the GT3. We're missing LJ in the GT3. And we are missing, who's the other GT3 driver? I know we're missing another GT3 driver. And I don't see Rig. So we're missing Rig. Maybe he makes it in. I don't know, but hopefully Rig can make it in the GT4. And there's 3 drivers right there. So I'm probably forgetting somebody, Rick. But yeah, 3 drivers right there. So what you'll see here is, being that Ghost is the first one out. Actually, no, I lied. I think it's Gravel is the first one out. The board is out of order right here, right now. So we'll take a look here. Yeah, oh no, Gravel returned to the pits. Okay, so Ghost is going to be coming up on a flying lap here. So we'll stick on board with him for a few and see what he can get done here. Yeah, but the exciting thing about this is that there are a lot of close driving skills here. Now a normal time here at Bathurst in a GT3 car, if you're talking about an alien pace, you're gonna get 58s, 59s, give or take, and then even 2s. 2 minutes are really like alien times. You'll only find a few people that'll hit 58s on console. I don't think 58s can be hit on PC. 59s can definitely be hit on PC. We'll just ask Marzan. because he's just a beast at this track, really everywhere, but especially Bathurst. So yeah, it's going to be interesting here, guys. But what these drivers have up against them here tonight is, due to the heat, they're not going to have as much pace as they normally would because of the heat. So you know, we all know the hotter the track, it almost feels like ice, especially right now when the track is on fast. So even when it turns to optimum, it does feel very, very slippery when it's this hot. So let's get a ride on board with Sharkbait here and see what he can do here. Nice looking helmet inside the car here. Autista's in the house. What's up, Autista? Good luck tonight, brother. Autista's driving the GT4 Camaro. Yes, good luck to all. Good luck to you, Autista. Autista was in a great battle last week, guys. You saw that from Silverstone. Some nice looking lines here from Sharkbait. Let's see what he can do as we come into the final turn here. And he's looking like a 205. He does hit a 205. That's actually a pretty decent time for this heat on a fast track, guys. So yeah, Rick sending the love. Let's see what Sharkbait does here. Let's go for a full lap on board, and I won't say a word. I had to jump in there. Yeah, I agree with your strategy, Autista. I do. As we see Sharkbait now coming over the hill, this is where you can really start to hurt yourself here, though. This is where all the fun and games really start. Going down the mountain here, into the dip. A little bit of a brake tap here. Come out on the power as soon as you can. Want to hug the wall here, but not too much. Now you got to take a good angle in here and hammer out. Good job by Sharkbait there. You got a big run down the back. Conrad straight here. He's up almost 7/10. This looks like a really good lap for him. Looking to keep himself on pole. Get the car up in the 6th gear. Stay to the left over here where the road opens up a little bit so you can sweep into the right. Perfectly done by Sharkbait there. Brake at the 150 board down to 2nd gear. Don't over-rotate the car too much. Did good job there. Up in the 3rd, winding the gears out of the 911. Braking at the 100 board here, down to 2nd. Little bit of early braking there, but he's still up. He lost about 3/10 through there, though, and he knows it, So, good drive there by Sharkbait. Magic, there he is. Look at this here. Now we got a qualifying situation battle on our hands here, as both of these drivers are actually on a flying lap. So Magic in 2nd place. What he would probably be better off doing, if he knows he has some pace on on Jay, he might want to back off a little bit so he can get a better run here. And it looks like he's gonna attempt to follow him through the mountain here. So Magic might be content with the second place right now overall. Let's go see. Jay sitting in 5th place, so Jay ahead of him. Jay's got some damage, it looks like, on the back of the car, though, already in qualifying. So let's see if we can get a look at that. I think he's got a little bit of damage here. See if we can get a look. Nah, it could just be me. I'm getting old. My eyesight's getting old. Rick, isn't that a great strategy? Now let's see. See, Magic. Now he does have a little bit of damage. You see, I wasn't seeing things. Look at the wing where it says Bentley, right above the E and the N. You can see a little bit of damage on the wing, and then under the wingtails you can see some damage there. So Jay's definitely got some issues with the back end of the car, but he's up almost a half a second here. So we're taking a look at Magic now. You'll really see the difference in closing speeds with these cars here. Oh, see, that's the danger in following somebody. That is the danger. That can very easily happen. Now, if that were to happen in the race, that would actually be a good spot for that to happen. So what we're really looking to avoid here is having these guys when they go up into the mountain. We really want, you know, it's, again, like I said, so many times me personally here, I've had a love-hate relationship with Bathurst. I was telling the guys it's mostly been a love on my part and hate on the track's part. We owe them a lot of money for the wall damage that we've scraped here so many times. So let's take a look here, and Gravel Trap is up almost. Oh, it was up. I'm commentating curse. These guys already tonight. I want to stay off of their cars here because everybody I seem to click on is having issues. Now, this is interesting here now. Ghost only has this lap left, and he might be able to get one more in. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that or not, though, but if he doesn't get a lap in now, he's going to start behind the GT4 drivers, which is going to put him at a massive disadvantage. So he's down 5 seconds right now because of the fact that Gravel just spun out in front of him, and when he came up into the mountain section, he was really compromised here. So that's going to be a problem for Ghost. And this is the thing, it's all about your preparation time. It's all about, you know, like I said, just trying to get those hot laps in, and qualifying is one thing, but when it comes down to the race and your race pace, total different story. So, you know, these guys might actually have more pace in the race with a larger fuel load because of the fact that Ghost might abandon. Yeah, he's abandoning it. So Ghost is going to start most likely in last place because he did not set a lap. So unfortunately, Ghost taking home a podium last week was going to look like he was going to possibly do something pretty good, but nope. He's going to have to start at the back of the grid. So now we have the GT4s on track here, and we have the Kevin. There he is in the pink Beamer, and that's Team Wet Magic, they're called. So they got Marco behind them, JP behind him. Now guys, these are the pro drivers here now in the GT4. So in case we don't remember, we'll remind everybody: the GT3 drivers are Pro-Am and Am category, and the GT4 drivers are all pro drivers. So that leads and lends itself to great battles pretty much throughout the field. So you got equal pace for the most part in GT3, give or take, and equal pace in GT4, give or take. So the Kevin, what a job he did last week, guys. What a job. Oh, Gravel, yeah, we saw that, man. We saw that. We were actually watching you there, and we didn't mean to commentate curse you, but you were up half a second going into the mountain, and then, just spun out. Yeah. That's okay, though, man. That's okay. Just stick with it, and, you know, make sure that you try and be as consistent as possible. Now, let's go on board with Kevin here and see how these GT4s handle through here. Obviously, like we talked about, much less downforce, much less acceleration speed, but it could actually help you in the mountain here, but not when you're used to driving GT3s, you know. But that's why these guys are pros, because they can drive both classes really well, and you know, they really know what they're doing here. So you can see in a GT3 car, it's easy fifth gear there. GT4 car, you're doing a lot more coasting. You got to be much more patient. And this Beamer looks like it's handling things pretty well through here. Tough in the elbow. Is the track on optimum yet? Let's see. Yes, the track has turned to optimum. So, for the GT4 drivers, they're going to be loving life here. They're going to be loving life. As you see Marco in just behind of We the Kevin here. Now, let's take a look here with Marco and his Aston. Let's give Marco some love because he was not with us last week. This Aston is a beast, and I wanted to drive it. And that's the difference in some GT4 cars. As you see, Marco goes down to third gear only, where some GT4 cars really need second gear. But for the majority, a lot of them are higher gears. Okay, so Marco's going to put a flyer in now. It's only on his second lap. And this is the thing, guys. Sharkbait, what's up, man? Good luck. Nice job. Nice qualifying lap. We were on board with you. It's a good lap by you. So stay focused. Do the best you can here. And this Aston sounds great. Now let's check out the leaderboard here so far in... So Sharkbait's on pole with a 2:05.3. That's a pretty good time, like I said, in this heat. Then you got Magic Man, not too far behind. Okay, then Shark Attack taking third, not bad. Gravel in fourth. Ray, the winner from last round, is in fifth. So it just goes to show you, week by week, track by track, it's a different story. Jay in sixth in the Bentley. Then we have Choco in seventh. I know Choco didn't have practice a lot at all, if any. So, you know, hats off to Choco, because it's really a hard it's a really hard track to not have any practice with. So, Ghost, don't worry about it, man. It's not over till it's over, man. You know, you're starting at the back. Get in front of as many GT4s as you can on the first straightaway, and then you take a little bit as it comes, you know? You know, it ain't over, man. It's never over till it's over. That's okay. That's okay, Ghost. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. So, I'm interested to see here. So, if we look at this here now. Now, if we look at this, it's interesting. As we have Kevin now. Kevin has pole position in the GT4. That might be the second time or the third time, because I'm trying to think. Blocks did tell me after the race last week that he was out qualified before. I thought last week was the first time. But either way, now we have Kevin. Look at Little Mac coming in. Little Mac coming in second place so far on the GT4s in that Beamer. So these guys are about to cross the line right now. What can Kevin do? Will he improve, Kevin? He does improve by 0.2. There's Marco improving there. Look at this, guys. 10.53. Will Little Mac improve here? Little Mac takes pole. Wow, good job, Little Mac. Little Mac on pole right now. He just jumped. He jumped Kevin and Marco and Blocks in that one lap. And then we have Ram. Now, JP told me his strategy for tonight. JP in the Porsche, who had a phenomenal race last week, has told me that he's coming into the race the same way he did last week. No practice, get his tire pressures correct, and see what happens. So you got to commend him for that. Let's give Tango a big appreciation here. Tango, hats off, because Tango's in the Camaro, but he has not driven the GT4s all that often. So, you know, he was willing to step in tonight. So hats off to Tango there. You know, he's filling in. Definitely appreciative for sure. Now, Autista is 20 seconds down on the actual quali pace for GT4. So clearly something's going on with Autista. I think his strategy of not hitting any walls might have to be reconfigured. He might have to bang some walls here to pick up some pace, but he's got this lap and one more to see. But this is very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Now we got Blocks there. He did it. I knew it couldn't be too long before it would happen, but look at the times here as we start in the GT4s. Everybody that's not in pit. There was Tango just spinning out the hill. That might have compromised Blocks a little bit. But if we look at the GT4, starting with Little Mac here on pole. So Little Mac here. 9165. Blocks 93. Kevin 97. Marco 10. Ram 11. JP 11. These times, guys, these times are so close, and I'm sure once Autista crosses the line, they will be that close. Even Tango, who just spun out, is only within a second to 2. I mean, it's not that big of a gap, guys. So, you know, it could, and yeah, you know, this is very close here, and these times can be made up. Like, okay, there's JP now. JP just jumped. Can Ram jump? Let's see what Ram can do here. Does Ram get it? Okay, not yet, but Ram's got one more lap to go. Tango is on the out lap. Let's see what Autista could do, and we'll take a quick ride in the Camaro and listen to this beast of a car. Can Autista improve? He's going to have this to cross the line to get him a little closer, and he's going to have one more lap after this. Looks into that American muscle. Second place for Autista, or maybe third. Maybe third. Let's see here. Let's see here. Blocks in first. So Blocks took it. He jumped Mac, and he's still got another lap left in him. Look at him. He jumped him by 3/10. That is a blazing lap by Blocks there. Definitely a fast lap here. Mac still is possibly able to jump. Let's see here. Mac is down 3/10, so it might be hard here. It might be hard. Where's Kevin at? Kevin coming down the back straight here. Let's see what Kevin can do. Can Kevin jump? So it looks like Marco's content. JP is content. Ram's still on track. Tango's still on track. Let's see what Kevin does, though. Kevin's sitting in third and final podium position in the GT4 category. Can Kevin make a jump right now? And Autista, you see, is 10-3. He's not that far off. So let's see here. What can Kevin do? Can Kevin jump? Mac or Blocks? Here we go. Okay, he's not going to get it done. So Kevin at the moment will stick in third. Autista now coming down the mountain here. And he looks like he's moving, and he abandoned his strategy because we do see a little bit of wall scraping on the left side, the driver's side of the Camaro. So Autista threw that strategy out the window, which is good to see. That's good to see. Okay, so everybody's content. Blocks, he didn't improve. Okay, but he's set and pull. So Blocks again is showing his dominance once again in the GT4 category. Little Mac, very impressive, is sitting in second. Kevin in third. Autista's in fourth, so he could jump. He's the only one that could change along with Tango. So we'll see what happens with Autista right now and see if Autista can jump here. We're leaving the Delta off at the moment. Autista, he does improve a lot, but he couldn't jump him. So look at that, ladies and gents. 886, 9165, 9633, 9759. Then you get to Marco at 10.5, then JP at 10.7, Ram at 10.9, and Tango for not driving a GT4 and just jumping in very last second at a 12. These times could not be any closer. They cannot. And if you look at the lead on the GT3s, they're all within 2 to 3 seconds. So this is gonna be really something special tonight. Great job, Blocks. Great job. That was an outstanding qualifying on your part, man. Really great job. Really great job. So the grid is set. The stage is set. Now it comes down to the battle of the mountain. Can you actually, now no landers in here, can you actually survive the mountain? This is going to be something, you know, that's going to be very interesting for us all to watch. IRL in the house. Oh, is that what happened? Okay, okay. So they couldn't get a lap, and they must have the GT3s must have been Choco and Ghost must have been, you know, tangled up a little bit on the track, and that's the other hard thing. We did see what happened with Magic and Jay. As you're following somebody down the mountain, they make one mistake, and it's basically lights out for you and whoever's behind you. So yes, indeed, IRL. Good luck, everybody. Good luck to you as well. Now, we know Choco, like I said, he didn't have much time to practice. Choco was sitting in the 222 Beamer Bentley. Now, we probably will keep an eye on him for the start of the race because of the fact that he's in a pretty decent spot where we can go helicam. So here we go, ladies and gents. Here we go. The scene is set. Beautiful ACC scenery at Bathurst here. As you see the cars lift up a little bit as they get their setups tuned in, dialed in for the last minute before the formation lap. So, yes, exactly. That's right, IRL. You're racing the mountain. You are not racing anybody else. You're racing the mountain. Even for those out there who are extremely talented at Bathurst and just know the track like the back of their hand, it doesn't matter. It's one of those tracks where any little slip up, you know, you have to be on your toes and fully focused at all times. So, under a minute, we get round the penultimate round. Actually, we have one final round at Alton Park, a very tight circuit. A very tight circuit in the UK, but this is all the drivers are thinking about right now is the actual mountain. Exactly. Let's see how this race start goes, ladies and gents. I will be right back with you here, and we'll be on the formation lap with it with all the drivers. Here we go. Engines are started. Drivers are taking off here. Thank God ghosting is on. Now, something here to actually that we have to recognize here is that between Ghost and yeah, Ghost is the only one. Yeah, okay, so Ghost is the only GT3. So starting behind Choco here, as we said, is Blocks in the 274 black Beamer. Then you got Little Mac in the sky blue and yellow. Then you got We the Kevin, Autista, Marco, JP, Ram, Tango, and Ghost. At the front of the field, we have Jay in front of Choco, Sharkbait on pole, Magic Man in second place. Ray is in fifth place, actually, so in the purple and white Bentley that we see there. So we'll look to see if Ray can actually make up some ground. But what the most interesting thing is going to be here, ladies and gents, is going to actually be what these drivers decide to do. Ooh, it looks like Jay just scraped the wall there in the dark, the British green and yellow Bentley in front of Choco there. So you got 3 Bentleys in a row, and I believe 3 McLarens in a row. And then we have the pole setter in the Porsche. But yeah, that looked like, I think Jay actually got a piece of the side of the wall. Let's see if we could see Jay's car here. The olive green in front of Choco, it might just be minimal damage. Now see, even something like that on your outlap could happen. So that's why you got to be very careful. You got to warm the tires up. You got to make sure that you don't do anything crazy on the formation lap, because any type of damage you pick up right now is going to hinder your ability to say, if you thought you weren't going to pit, well, now that changes everything. So it's going to have to be really, really careful off the start here, ladies and gents, for these GT3 drivers. And we'll definitely keep an eye on Ghost in the back to see how he can navigate through the GT4s. Now, remember what I said last week, how the GT4s actually can take some corners on entry speed a little bit faster than the GT3s. But then after that, of course, the GT3s are gone. So it's going to be interesting off the line to see how the GT4s control their pace versus the GT3s. So GT3s are going to have to get a move on here. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gents. They're about to go into double file any minute now, and we're going to get this thing kicked off. We'll stay in helicam. Let's do what we did last week. Anybody have a pick for a winner in each class? Let's take your votes. I don't know where my cousin Bugs is. Bugs isn't in the house yet. He should be here soon. But here we go. They're lining up in double file here. From Sharkbait to Magic to Gravel. Then to Shark Attack. Then Ray. Then Jay. Then Choco. And you can see Blocks is basically right there in the black beamer. So it's gonna get underway here. We're gonna get underway here now. We want to kind of stay on this part of the field only because we want to see if we could see any pileups here. And here we go. We're heading towards the start-finish line. About to go green.
Green light. Give us all you can.
And we're underway. Look at Blocks get a run already on the GT3s, but he's going to lose out there. Under braking, he takes a lot more. Okay, clean start so far. Very good, very good. Okay, so the front has gotten through. The front has gotten through in the GT3s. Now look at this. Kevin had a nice run on Blocks. He's going to overtake Blocks here into the second corner here. Going up into the mountain. That's going to be very important to see who gets the position before they head up into the mountain here. Is Blocks going to go around the outside and get it? He goes wide, but he's going to lose pace. And now Marco comes up beside him. Is Marco going to get him? I don't think Marco's going to be able to get him. Not yet. Okay, very good. They go single file. Autista with a great jump. Autista now is in 4th place. So what a run by Autista. Let's get back up to the front here. We got Sharkbait, who basically has just checked out at the moment. And then we have Shark Attack, who got ahead of Magic. I don't know what happened there. There's Magic in 3rd. Ray has made it up to 4th. Gravel in 5th. Jay in 6th. Choco in 7th. Now, let's see how these guys handle the mountain before we go crazy. As you can see, We the Kevin in the pink BMW just creep into the scene here. So let's go on board here with Sharkbait for a second. Get a better look here. As you have now, you have Ray basically all okay. Sharkbait is really on a tear right now, but you have a real battle here now between Magic and Ray. This is going to be interesting to watch. There he is. Cuz made it in the house. There's Bugs. Okay, guys, already this is getting spicy. Already this is getting spicy. Ooh, Ray up the inside. He overshoots it. Magic a little offline, but Ray overshot it. That's going to be bad for Ray. He's going to need to get back on track. He does, but now Gravel's going to have a position on him. Is he going to be able to get it? He does. He does. We're going to have to stick with Ray here for a second. Now that brings Jay into the mix. Jay looking to get all over Ray. Look at this. Look at this. Ray wants that spot back. He's got to be careful, though. He's got to be careful. He's going to have the run. Choco's got a Jay has a really good run on him, though, here. Luckily for Ray, His tires got to get a little bit cleaned off from running into the grass there, and it looks like he's going to get composed and be back on his mission here. But see, the key thing is here is you cannot make overtakes through the mountain. Let's take a ride and see how tight it is actually through the mountain. You guys have seen this plenty of times before, but if we assume that Ray might have some pace, you really can't do anything when you're stuck on the mountain. You just can't do anything into the back straight. So Magic looked like he got a little held up there. So Magic having a little bit of issues. Gravel running a little bit to the inside. Ray is playing his cards right here. He doesn't want to have anything crazy happen to him. A little bit of a lock up there. Ooh, both. Oh, big crash between all of them. Magic in the corner now. Magic got a little bit out of whack, but then Gravel ran into him. That's going to be bad news for Magic. Oh, Magic. Magic had returned to the pits. Magic, okay, he returned to the pits. Okay, Ray, taking out boards. Oh boy, this is insane. Ray's got damage. He's going to have to deal with that damage. Now this can throw his strategy completely out the window. This is what I'm talking about. When you start going down the mountain, we have Magic in the pits. We have Jay in the pits. We have Choco in the pits. So that is going to be bad news for them. How did Ghost make out? Now Ghost actually inherits a position here. Let's keep an eye on Ghost as he's making his way through the field of GT4 drivers, or at least he's trying to. As you see Marco come up pretty close on him there. Ghost is going to really have to do what he can to get through these GT4s. As what a battle we have in the GT4 class, though, with Kevin, Blocks, and Autista. Here goes Ghost. He's going for the inside move on Autista. Will he get it done? He's trying to be clean about it. It's a good job there by Ghost. It's only so much track to work with here. So he's going to have a good run here. He's going to get past Autista. I don't think he's going to be able to get past these two GT4 cars as he has to let off. And now he's going to be stuck for another lap behind them up through the mountain, which is going to be a disaster for Ghost. But if you think about it, he already knows he's made up a lot of positions, and some of his competitors had to be towed back to the pit lane. So Ghost isn't in horrendous shape right now. He just has to be patient and wait, and look at the train we have. There's another GT3 car in Jay that I believe Jay exited the pits and has come out. No, he hasn't. That's Ram. Excuse me, they're running the same colors. But even Ram, look at this. Ram, Marco, Little Mac, they are all neck and neck. JP somehow got jumped a little bit off the line. We didn't quite see what happened. He's not wearing any damage, but he's right there in striking distance. So really anybody's game right now. Really anybody's game right now. But it's led by Blocks. Blocks with an overtake over Weave Kevin. Look at that. Blocks got an overtake on the mountain, something that is not easy to do. Great job by Blocks. Look at these guys. Now here comes Ghost. Ghost is going to try and get around. He's going to get around Kevin there, and he should have enough speed now to get around Blocks. Let's see here. Come down the back, Conrad straight, and easily should be able to overtake him, as Blocks will say thank you. Please overtake me so I can just continue on. Oh, Ghost wide! Ghost wide! Can he lock it up and hold it in time? Oh, wow, can we get on to him in time? Oh, wow, Ghost just saved it. The GT4s have to avoid him. Wow, that's a good save by Ghost, and a great job not to unsafe rejoin. Just get your head back in the game. Keep pushing Ghost. It's not over yet. That's a really great save on his part, but now all that work he did, he's going to have to do that all over again. All over again. So now Sharkbait at the top has a 10-second lead over Shark Attack. So this man Sharkbait is really putting down some flyers here. He's just been consistent. He has nobody near him right now, and it looks like Sharkbait is really coming into his own with this Porsche. So it's, it's something very, very nice to see. It's a shame to see what happened with Magic and Jay and Choco, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. They can recover. Okay? So let's take a look here. Now Jay just entered the pits there. So let's take a look at Magic here. Okay. So Magic does have a clean car now. Okay? So now Magic is tossed in the mix here with the GT4 drivers. Now he has to get around them, and he might even be down a lap to them. As we see, Magic is actually in 16th place, so he's technically in last place, but he's going to definitely have time to make up on these GT4s. So let's see how Magic plays this year. As you can see, these GT4s can close pretty quickly through some of the sectors here, as we talked about. Let's see, and then you can start to see the GT3 just pull away. And now it'll be lights out, and it'll be see you later, alligator. But Magic job isn't done yet. He still has to get around blocks. I'm sorry, Ram. Ram gets out of the way. Nice job. Nice job. Ram moved over, nice and courteous. So Magic is still on a mission here, and his race is by no means over just yet. So Magic Man has a lot of race left in him. We're only 10 minutes in, guys, when he gets snap oversteer. Wow, this Bathurst has been really hurting people today. It's a very tough track. The temperatures with the heat is very, very tough. It's definitely putting a strain on the cars and a strain on the drivers. So not easy. We have Ray in pit lane. He wants to fix his damage, and he wants to take care of any ill will that was happened to the car. I don't blame him, but again, that might throw people's strategies off. They might have a full tank. They might just be repairing damage right now. They might not even take tires. It really all depends. So let's go take a look here at Shark Attack. Where is Shark Attack compared to everybody else here? As the camera crew has to catch up. So he's now 14 seconds down from Sharkbait, but he's 9 seconds ahead of Gravel, and Ray is in the pits. So Ray will ultimately be getting jumped by the GT4 drivers right now, and possibly even Magic if Magic does recover. That didn't look like it was too bad a damage on Magic's part. So now let's go back to the GT4s here, and let's take a ride with Blocks here. So now Blocks has built up a little bit of a gap here. We have, he's 1.5 seconds to the good ahead of We the Kevin. So good job by Blocks here. Let's see how he handles this mountain. You should have, Rick. You should have. Next time, though. Next race, you should join. Blocks, gotta hand it to Blocks. He's really doing a great job. He's overall 4th position due to the GT3s having major issues here. So great job so far by Blocks, the championship leader. And that 150 board has been taken out from Ghost, which is going to be driver muscle memory now. And now you have to pick out, if you don't know the track that well, you have to pick out another braking marker as a reference point. So good job by Block so far in the 274 Beamer. But we have We the Kevin right there, and Autista is right there. Once again, we have Ghost bearing down on Autista here, and he should be able to get the pass done. Ghost did get the pass done. He's going for it on Kevin. That was Little Mac, his teammate, who is on Autista's tail right now. So this is a good battle here, because let's not forget that Little Mac did qualify in, was it 2nd or 3rd? So listen to that Camaro muscle. But the Beamer, look at the Beamer getting a really good exit, but there's nothing that Mac can do right now, unfortunately for him, because once you get into the mountain, you just cannot overtake. As we see the beautiful scenery, he's given He's giving the high beams. He's giving the flashes to Autista. Autista, a very fast driver in his own right, so we got a little bit of a battle here, a little rivalry brewing possibly, as Little Mac is saying, listen, I know you're fast, I know you're a pro, I know you're Puerto Rican E-Racing Club, but listen, get out of my way, son. Haha, healthy battles. Look at that Camaro Beamer right in our faces there. As these guys don't want to go too crazy in battle because they do not want to lose their competition, which is right ahead of them, as Ghost right now has still yet to clear blocks. So there he goes right there. Okay, so Ghost is clearing blocks again. So now Ghost has to keep his head, composed here. He's still in a really good position. He's, yes, they're a lap down, but he's still in a good position. But now when we come to the GT4s, as we look at blocks here, you have Kevin right there. So by no means is this over. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's worth mentioning, we do not know what these drivers did. Did they come out on a full tank? Do they plan to pit? Are they going to take tires? Are they going to go the full 60? So we just don't know yet. We just don't know. And then you have again here, you have Autista and Little Mac really starting to get into battles here. And then we have Ram, who's going to be split from JP by Magic Man, but JP in there, and then Marco right behind. Tango is not too far off there, as now we start to see the GT3s of Jay coming up on Tango here, so Jay's going to have to make that overtake, but it's good to see everybody at least back out on track here now. So Marco chasing down JP. Ram is getting passed by Magic Man there, so Magic Man still in 15th position, but he's making up some spots. But the real battle so far has been here. Again, Little Mac with the high beams on Autista. This is getting juicy. This is getting juicy. So we have Kevin and Blocks. Let's see what the lead is. Now, Blocks has built up a little bit more time now. Blocks with almost a 4-second lead on Kevin right now. So, interestingly enough, we will come to find out sooner or later if these drivers are on the same strategy or not. And if they are, it will come down to pit stops or who's managing their tires better. So it looks like Kevin does pick up some pace through this section here of the track. So let's go for a ride on board with Kevin here. He's too far away for the slip right now. If we look at the timing board here, he's only 1.3 down. He's only 1.3 down. Now Magic just got around Little Mac. And somehow, now we have to look at this. There's so much happening on track right now, it's hard for me to keep up with, but maybe the leaderboard was lying to us because we do see Autista. Oh, Autista, we missed it. Autista, I think, has some damage. He must have went into the wall because you have Marco, JP, Ram, and Mac all have passed him. So it looks like Autista might have had some issues in the mountain. Now the question will be is how bad is the damage? We don't know. But look at this. That brings Ram that much closer to Little Mac due to the most likely the pile-up. Does Little Mac have any damage here? It looks like Little Mac has a little bit of damage. Maybe not enough to really hurt him, but let's see now, because Ram might be able to get the run on the straight if Little Mac's dealing with a damaged car. Let's see. It looked like Little Mac kept on flashing Autista saying, I got pace on you, man. I got pace on you. So Ram is not going to be able to get it done here, but it's something to keep an eye on because you also have JP there, so, and Marco. So we gotta pay attention to this, guys, because as we enter the mountain here, that could be where, if Little Mac has damage, that could be where he's losing downforce, which the GT4s don't have much to begin with anyway, and that could be where Ram makes up some time along with JP. But Little Mac looks poised at the moment right now, at least at the moment right now. Let's head back to the leader here, Sharkbait. And as we go with Sharkbait, he has now built up a pretty substantial lead over the rest of the field, as Second place is now just coming across the start-finish line in Gravel Trap. So 25 seconds right now. Shout out to Gravel, though, and Sharkbait. Sharkbait doing an outstanding job. But Gravel doing a really good job right now. He's capitalizing on other mistakes, and he hasn't really made a mistake himself. He was in that pile up a little bit with Ray and Magic Man, but he's continued to go on here, and he's in second place. Now, Ghost is in third place even after being down and having those issues starting from the back of the grid, going off track a little bit. So Ghost, again, is in third place. Shark Attack doing a really nice job in the McLaren. He's in fourth place here. So we have to then go all the way down to 13th, 14th, and 15th to find the next GT3 driver. So we have Ray here entering the mountain. He's just coming up through Skyline again. Oh my God, commentator curse again now. It's happened again. I don't know what's happening. I'm cursing everybody here as Ray's losing it again. He locks him up, but he's able to save it. Will he be able to continue? The Bentley is a boat. The Bentley is a boat. Let's see what kind of damage he's looking at. Can we get a good camera angle, please? Camera view. Okay, we got a banged up trunk that's gonna definitely hamper him. So Ray has got to take it easy. Let's take a look at his wheel and see how bad it is. He's got definite damage to the windscreen as Bathurst takes no prisoners. Ray's just got to calm it down a little bit if he can. Just try and be poised because the car is going to definitely have dirty tires. It's definitely not going to be driving properly. And keep in mind, Ray already made his pit stop. So, not that there's a mandatory pit stop, but he was already in the pits once, and he's definitely going to look to want to avoid the pits again. But 40 minutes with a really banged up car is not an easy task as he goes off again. Oh no, Ray. Oh no, Ray goes sliding out of control, and this might have to be a retired Bentley. Can he get it going again? Ray's going to get it going again. Okay, he's back on track. He's back on track. Okay, Ray. He's back on track here. Whew. Yeah, one of his tires definitely might, with all that spinning like he did, and you know, hitting the wall, you definitely get a flat spot in your tire. You can definitely get a lot of graining, and then that is just going to completely and utterly kill you. So we also have Ghost in the pits now. Now Ghost was in third place, but now Ghost has made a pit stop. So we don't know if that's going to be an actual pit stop and that's meant to be, or if it's not, as we just crawl under the 40-minute mark here. So there's still plenty of time left. We'll go through the field again as Sharkbait is now finally lapping the GT4 cars. He's lapping Tango as the first GT4 car to lap. So good on Sharkbait there. He's got a substantial lead. Only 9 laps in. He just want to make sure he keeps himself under control. Nothing crazy. He knows this race is pretty much his to lose. He just has to, manage that Porsche the best he can. Prozac in the house. What's up, my man? Thanks for stopping by as always, guys. We love you. Drop the like, sub if you haven't. This is going to be more and more racing as we see Autista enter the pits now, and Autista might be going for some sort of an undercut. He has some damage, so we have to consider that. As we have Gravel here in second place, so hats off to Gravel. He's got a banged up car here, not too bad, but he's doing pretty well in the McLaren here. So let's give a warm round of applause for Gravel here so far, because holding down second place, and he's been managing to keep the car pretty clean. Then you have Shark Attack, who's coming down the back Conrad straight right now, and another McLaren. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. These three guys are in pretty good shape, but you have Magic Man, who's actually coming down this back straight now. Now Magic has pace. He does have a fixed car, so let's see what Magic can do. He's a couple of laps down, but with other drivers making pit stops, You just don't know. So we could see some you know, pretty interesting things happen here. Now, if you look at blocks, he's in net 4th place overall in the GT. He's not even in the GT4 category. He's net 4th place overall right now in the race, and he's built up an even bigger gap to Kevin right now. So that gap has really went to 6. You missed a lot, Prozac. You missed a lot. Maybe not so much just in this race, but yeah, you've missed a lot on Discord and everything. So yeah, make sure you get yourself involved there again. You know, come join us on SimGrid. There's a PS5 event happening on Friday at Spa. There's a lot of stuff we have going on. As you see, Kevin now coming right out of T1 here, as the 6-second lead is pretty much there. Little Mac now 8 seconds down from blocks, 5 seconds down from Kevin, but this is a really good battle here with Little Mac and Ram, because Ram now is going to get, I don't know if he's going to get overtaken by the GT3. He's not going to get overtaken just yet, and then you have JP followed behind, and then by Marco. So let's see here how this GT3, look at the closing speed that the GT3 will have here. But again, once again, the GT3s are got to be biting their tongue here, because they're saying, man, I can't do anything on the mountain. I can't do anything. And they just can't. I mean, it doesn't matter what class car you're in. I mean, you try and go for a pass on the mountain, it's going to be, like I said, good night Irene for everybody. So Jay just has to be patient, wait for the back straight, and then he should be able to get Ram there. Yeah, SimGrid. All the details are on Discord, so you can definitely take a look at that. But how it works for the most part is you just have to create a SimGrid account, which all goes through Discord, and then you follow SFR once you make an account. And then from that point, you just register whenever we have an event. And you're already part of the Discord, so you'll get that. Autista, okay, so Autista, we're getting word that Autista had to retire the car. So Autista's in pit lane. He had to retire the car. He couldn't do anything about it. But as we stick on this battle, so good efforts by Autista. Sometimes the mountain just gets the better of you, and the car just has to be retired. It has to be towed. So sometimes the mechanics and the pit crew can fix it. Sometimes they can't, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, we'll have to, you know, live to fight another day. As Jay is still not able to get around Ram. Now, this has to be, even though Jay's down, you know, laps here, he should be getting the pass done here. And he does. He does get the move done here. So that's good. That's actually good for everybody. Oh, Jay runs. He has to run wide there, so he couldn't get it done. Now it's going to compromise him again, and that's actually not what JP wants to see, because JP just wants to see Ram ahead of him, not a GT3 car. But now that opens things up here as we have Sharkbait bearing down on JP. Sharkbait going for the pass, yes, and he will get it. Woo, super aggressive cutback there by Sharkbait, but he had to get it done. Now Sharkbait's gonna have really no choice but to wait here as well behind Jay. Let's see how let's take a look at one of my favorite views in game here. That's, oh, Jay hits his teammate there. Sharkbait slows down, knowing he doesn't want to ruin his race. Ram now has significant damage on the back of his car. That was obviously not intentional. Wow, that's a very tough thing there here, but it's not over for Ram, because his competitors are not too far ahead of him right now. And, you know, that's a good job to get saved for Ram. So when we look at Sharkbait here, Sharkbait is going to clearly overtake Ram right now on the straightaway. Oh, Sharkbait clipping the wall a little bit there. That's going to leave him with some damage. Maybe a little bit too anxious on the power. He gets the job done, though, but now that's going to compromise Ram with the damage here, because now Ram has damage from dealing with Jay. and that's going to give actually JP and Marco a run here. So let's get on board with some of these guys and see what these guys are doing here. There's Marco, not too far behind on the ass, and he's right there in striking distance. JP is in striking distance to Ram, so we do have a lot going on here, guys, as blocks is starting to cross finish line right now. So these guys are really pretty close here. It's you know, it's pretty much, look at the damage on the front of the Beamer there on Ram. So Ram is probably not so happy about that, and he's going to be losing speed for sure. Now you have Sharkbait coming up on Jay, who's going to lap him, but then we have, let's see here, we have, I believe it was Little Mac. I'm sorry, Little Mac. Yeah, Little Mac. So now look at this. Now Jay can't get around Little Mac, and he's not going to be able to do it here either. So what that's going to do is that's going to hold up Jay even more and hold up Sharkbait that much more, as Sharkbait is coming into your picture right now, but he's actually going to be lapping Jay in the Bentley. So Little Mac is actually doing really well. He's in a podium position right now, so he does not want to... Ooh, Little Mac just clipped the wall. Little Mac does not want to deal with any of this right now. I could assure you of that, because he just wants to have these GT3 drivers away from him. He wants to make sure that he can just go on this back straight, not have anybody hamper his race, let these two GT3 drivers by, and stay on the podium here. So it might even be smart for Little Mac to maybe lift a little bit and allow these drivers to go through. Let's see what he does here. So Little Mac actually got saved a little bit there by Sharkbait having to overtake Jay. Oh, Sharkbait is dipping into the pits. Sharkbait going into the pits, so he actually is, maybe he wasn't planning a pit stop, but he decided to pit right now because he's got such a big advantage and a big lead. But that's going to be
halfway through. Keep pushing.
Halfway through the race. That's going to be, you know, really a good thing for the rest of the GT3 drivers. Let's try and get an update through the GT3 field, as we see now JP and Ram really close together, and that's exactly what Little Mac wanted to have happen. He wanted to have Jay and the Bentley get around him. So we still hold serve here. How far is Gravel to Sharkbait? Because Gravel is now coming around to the start-finish line. He has a potential here to beat out Sharkbait. It is possible that he beats Sharkbait out here, but if he does do that, Sharkbait will have fresh tires and will most likely be able to close no problem. There it is. There it is. So Gravel has taken the net lead, and he does not need to pit if he doesn't want to. So that's going to leave Sharkbait, who has still yet to exit the pits, 12.2 seconds behind. But he's going to have fresh tires now, and he's going to definitely have no damage. So he's probably going to be able to make a really solid run here, especially that Gravel might get held up right now behind the GT4 car and Tango. So Gravel's going to really want to get through this mountain as fast, as best, and as clean as he possibly can before Sharkbait can catch him. Now Sharkbait's going to be on cold tires, but you can see there already Sharkbait is entering the mountain here, so he's not too far behind here. We'll see how Sharkbait can cut into that 12-second gap, and like I said, he's going to have fresh tires. So, you know, that was one of the benefits of Sharkbait having a great start and a great jump and building on the lead, because he had the luxury to pit. So, you know, who knows if that was part of his plan the whole time. It might have been. It's very hot here. Temps have dropped, though, 31-36 now instead of the 41 that it was. So temps are dropping here. The wind is picking up slightly, not really enough to affect anybody. But with new tires on, Sharkbait's tires could have been shredded. Like I said in the beginning, there was two options. Either you push like crazy and you pit, or you kind of conserve and try your best here. So Sharkbait there, Shark Attack has yet to pit either, and he's holding down the podium position. So let's see here as we go back into the fight. Now we got Little Mac has entered the pits now. So again now, Little Mac in the pits. He has damage. This is Little Mac's first pit stop. So damage he did have. Let's see where that's going to put JP. JP has most likely has passed Little Mac, but I don't see. Yes, there we go. JP has passed Little Mac. The timer had an update. Now that gives Ram and Marco the pass as well. So as you see Ram right here going up the mountain, you have Marco here. Now you have Ray on Marco's tail. Let's see how Ray handles this, and then we'll get back to see how far Little Mac is when he comes out. Now Ray has had some issues here with this car and this track. Is he gonna go for a move through here? He thinks twice about it. Very smart decision. We have a yellow flag up ahead, and it looks like whoever that driver was with the yellow, and Marco getting a little bit loose there, but Marco sees two GT4 cars in front of him that he does not want to lose. So you can see right there, ladies and gentlemen, how Ray, and everything gets compromised for Ray because he has to wait. And now it's off to the races again, as we can see. And then he just pulls away here. So that's, you know, that's something that you always have to consider with multi-class racing here. But for JP has now overtaken We the Kevin. Where did We the Kevin go? No. Where's Kevin? Did we lose Kevin? We must have somehow lost Kevin. That is horrible news. That is horrible news. Somehow we lost Kevin. I don't know if it was a power outage or what, but these type of things sometimes happen in esports. It's a shame. Kevin was actually doing really, really well. He was in second place. He was only 5 seconds down from blocks. He wasn't doing that bad. There was still a chance that he was able to possibly take the win here. As you see Ray getting around Ram, and that's what Ram wants. Let's give some credit to Blocks though. Let's go on board with this guy here. I mean, this guy, the championship leader in the GT4s here. Let's see how Blocks handles this here. As he goes down the mountain here, he's just been cool, calm, and collected this whole race, pretty much this whole season. He's really been teaching all the pros how to drive GT4 cars. So we're getting information from Autista now that the car that was behind him braked at the elbow in the corner, and that's probably how Autista's car got totaled. So yeah, oof, feel for you, Autista. We feel for you, man. Yeah. I know it is. The whole power thing, yes. As we're seeing another, is that Little Mac again pitting now? Did we just saw another car go into the pits here. It's Little Mac again. Little Mac is pitting again. Did he have a spin or something on his outlap? He looks like he has damage again now. Boy, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Bathurst has really been kicking everybody's you-know-what tonight. They have really been doing a number on some of these drivers here. But for those that it hasn't been, like Sharkbait, who has now gotten in front of Gravel, look at that. In a matter of 1, maybe 2 laps maximum, that's what the tire difference does for you, as Sharkbait comes into the screen here, and he's got damage. Sharkbait's got damage on the front end again, so we wonder what happened here. Did he go for an overtake on Gravel and run into the wall? But somehow, some way, with fresh tires on, even with this damage that we're seeing on his car right now, he did get around gravel to reclaim the lead. But what is going on here with his car? Can we see any major damage on the wheel here? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't have any windscreen damage. Just looks like maybe like a splitter on the front, which can really hamper you here, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad here. It's a little banged up. We see a little bit of a better view of it here. It's definitely a little banged up, but that looks like car contact to me. So maybe there was some contact between him and another car. But you'll see where gravel is right now, and gravel is just making his way up the mountain. So this is pretty bad news for gravel. Gravel has damage here now. As you can see, the back of his car is definitely banged up. That looks like it might have been an incident. If I'm putting two and two together, I am just assuming here, I'm only guessing, ladies and gentlemen, but if I had to guess, I would have guessed that somehow Sharkbait ran into the back of gravel, because if we look at Gravel's car here right now, you'll see when he hits the brakes, his right tail light is out. Or it was. It's lying to me. It's not. But look at the damage on the back of his car there. So if I had to guess, I would think that is what happened. But now that puts Gravel in a really pretty bad position here, because although Shark Attack has damage to his McLaren, he is now only 3.3 seconds behind Gravel. So it is still on for the podium. It is definitely still on. So we have Magic is 7 seconds behind Ghost, wearing a little bit of damage, but that was from earlier in the race. Ghost doing a good job. So we have Little Mac, we have Ray, we have Tango. So Ray's a few laps down. Tango has made some time up here. But look at this, look at this. So now we have Marco and we have JP. I'm sorry, Marco and Ram, who are really pretty close to each other here. There's Ram. So Ram has damage, so he's going to have to watch out for Marco here. This is going to be a pretty interesting fight to the end here, I would think. Now JP coming up into the mountain here, just starting his run. JP's got a clean car. He is definitely not going to pit, and he'll be mighty happy to take home a second place after having literally zero practice and just hopping into this race here. So yes, although he's fifth overall, it's second in class. And then we have Blocks coming down the Conrad Straight, who is just obliterating everybody. So this is Blocks saying from last week, if you want to hit me off the line from GT3 confusion and him and JP kind of getting in it, probably nobody's fault. But if you want to hamper me at Silverstone, no problem, because I'm going to come back at Bathurst and I'm just going to pound everybody by 40 seconds or so. So, yeah, Blocks is definitely on some sort of magical redemption run here, and he is clearly the class of the division today. But we do have some crazy battles that are still left to be undecided here, and it looks like JP is going to be pretty clear, but it's really coming down here with Ram having damage and Marco not having damage, and now we have the leader that's going to come up on them. So this is where things get very interesting here, because we have a GT3 car coming back up on these guys right now. So Marco will have to allow the GT3 by at some point, but then that's going to also slow down Ram. So see, Marco wants the GT3 to get by him as soon as possible, and then Sharkbait made it a little bit harder than, but still a good job. So now he's flashing Ram, so we could obviously see that, but Ram's in a pretty good position for this here too, because Ram is going to get the benefit of the doubt of having the GT3 pass him right now on the straight, so that leaves Ram having not lost any time, and now he gets back into the slip. So good job there by Ram. So, and actually you see JP just entering the uphill right now, and Ram and Marco are not that far off, guys. So I mean, you can see JP up there just entering, hopefully, what Ram and Marco are thinking is, can Sharkbait hold up JP somehow? Can Sharkbait hold up JP? So, rightfully so, the man of the hour has been Sharkbait, so let's give him some love here and see what he does with his brethren Porsche on Porsche crime. There's a yellow in the mountain here. There's a yellow in the mountain here. Was that Tango? We'll see in a second here as they come around. Oh, it was Ray again. Ray's having a tough day in that Bentley. Ooh! Sharkbait going pretty anxious, but he gets the overtake done. That was a little sketchy for JP. And Sharkbait already on the flashers trying to tell Ray, please, I'm coming up, man. You're going to have to get out of my way. This is my win here. I'm not letting anybody ruin it. If we go back here, though, if we go back here now, so JP, I mean, like we said, Blocks is totally out. Blocks is already coming up the start-finish line straight here. As we have a McLaren coming out of the pits here, that's Shark Attack. So Shark Attack losing precious time to Gravel, but maybe he figures, you know what, with some new tires. Oh, and Gravel is off. So this has become very interesting as Gravel was way ahead of Shark Attack. And he did spin a little bit there. He's going to have to just keep it clean, keep your tires clean. He still has a lot of time on Shark Attack as Shark Attack is just getting into the mountain. So maybe they're saying to themselves, I know I'm in a good position. I just want to finish the race on the podium. Maybe Shark Attack needed to get some new tires because, like we said, it's a very hot day, or it started out very hot, still pretty hot. So, you know, it's definitely a possibility that he could have said that to himself, but now he's going to have to work his way through traffic, which is going to give Gravel a better opportunity, but not to be so confused here because Magic is now coming up on him. Let's see what Magic can do, because we know Magic had some pace. He did qualify second overall, but he had an incident in the mountain. Let's see what Magic does, as he does have a banged up hood here, but he is chasing down Gravel here to unlap himself because Magic had to make an extra pit stop. Doing pretty good in the McLaren here. Now, little fact here, fun fact for Magic, as he's navigating a damaged McLaren, so you got to tip your cap. He's doing a pretty good job. But Magic has taken on the McLaren for the first time this season, and he's about 2 seconds faster in the Bentley. So, you know, you got to give Magic some credit, and a lot of these drivers, for driving something new that they're not really used to. As we're seeing now Magic creep up onto Gravel, but Magic is down a lap. So Gravel is still holding down second place right now, which, if you could believe it or not, Blocks is actually in third place overall right now, as he is going up into the mountain right now, and Shark Attack is still behind them. I mean, he's not far behind them, but he's still behind them. So, I mean, even if it were to finish like this, Shark Attack would get the podium position because of different class cars. But you see, even with that pit stop that had to be made versus Blocks that didn't make a pit stop, you know, the GT4 car is even ahead of the GT3 at the moment, which is pretty out of control when you think about it. Now we head back to JP, and it looks like Ram has lost a ton of time, but now you have Marco, who is really close here, so that damage might be catching up with Ram, and that damage was not any fault of Ram's. That was basically all from his teammate. Looked like they just got tangled up together a little bit here. So let's see here, is Marco going to be able to get an overtake done on Ram here? As you can see, just look how banged up Ram's hood is here. You can see Marco in the rear view right now, bearing down on him. Let's see if Marco gets a pass done when we come out of the elbow. Let's see. This is the spiciest battle on track right now. Great driving by both drivers here. Great driving by both drivers. This is very, very good from Ram because Ram has a damaged car. I think Marco might have a little bit of damage, but not nearly as much as Ram. So let's see here, though. Coming down the Conrad Straight, we'll see. Can Marco do something when they get into the chase, which is this left-hander that's going to be coming up here, where you can see a lot of times you can get the cars, not so much in the GT4 cars, but some of the GT3s, you get a lot of over-rotation here as Ram has to go on the grass. He's going to come back on track safely, but that's going to give Marco the pass, and wow, Ram didn't want to give it up that way, but hey, you know, Marco's dealing with some damage too here, so Ram's still not out of it, but that was a pretty big deal for Marco there, so we'll see now. Can Marco pull away here? Can Marco pull away? We shall see. As finally Shark Attack now has taken over blocks here. How far is he from gravel here? As we wait before the time gaps update, I would rather go here. And it looks like that pit stop by Shark Attack really hurt, because gravel is still in second place. Even though Shark Attack's going to be in third place, you know, overall, that pit stop really did hurt. And keep in mind, gravel had a spin coming into the chase, so had he not had that spin, it would have been even more of a lead. So that's just that just goes to show you how much things change when you actually do take a pit stop here. So, you know, when you don't have to take a pit stop, that's really the way you want to go. But things are gonna get pretty interesting here. We'll stick with gravel, who's, like I said, second place right now, but he's coming up on the GT4 cars, and he has Magic bearing down on him as well. So Magic is gonna look to unlap himself, and gravel's gonna need to get around these GT4 cars as soon as possible. But they don't want to do anything crazy because gravel is sitting in second place overall. So, you know, he's just thinking he doesn't want to do... Ooh, Magic with a little bit of another clip of the wall a little bit. Looks like Magic had to get on the brakes a little bit early there because of gravel. Now, keep in mind, gravel did not pit yet. Neither did these two GT4 drivers in front of us. Magic did. So even though Magic has some banged up front end damage here, we don't know if Magic took tires or not on the pit stop, which he could have. So it's going to give Magic some pace over gravel. They're both wearing damage, but like I said, if I'm gravel here, I'm thinking to myself, first order of business is to try and get past these GT4 cars. As he lets Magic go by, he's giving him the blinker to go by. He knows Magic is a lap down. So I was actually just going to suggest that. I know gravel is probably saying to himself, I'm in second place here. I know Magic has pace on me, but he's a lap down. Let him unlap himself, and I don't even have to deal with him, and I'll let him deal with GT4 cars. So the battle is still on between Ram and Marco here. But as we see, Shark Attack here is just coming through the mountain here. So there is absolutely no way, unless we knock on wood that we don't curse gravel, but there's absolutely no way that he can catch gravel. So he's going to have a podium finish here, but it's not going to be what he wanted because he was very close to gravel at one point. So it's all hindsight, ladies and gents. We know that. He had no idea that gravel was going to actually spin in the chase, which might have, you know, made things a little different. We don't know either. He could have just been wearing too much damage and the car could have been undrivable. But still a really good job by Shark Attack to be in third place overall here. So props to him. As you see what I'm talking about there in the GT3s, they want to get a little... it gets a little over snap coming into that corner, or snap oversteer slightly. Let's go back to the man of the hour here so far, who he's hanging with some of the GT3 cars here and blocks. Let's give blocks the camera time that's deserved here, because as you can see, that blue dot on the radar is JP. So JP is actually, now you gotta check this out here, because there's still a decent enough amount of time here for JP. Oh, that wasn't JP. That must have been, okay, so see, yeah, that's the thing. It might have been another car, a lapped GT4 car. I believe it was possibly Tango there. Yes, it was Tango there. It was Tango there. So Blocks, yeah, Blocks is 25 seconds ahead. He really can't do anything to himself to lose this race here. But now we take a look at Ghost here. Let's take a look at Ghost here. Now, this is actually for position. So as much as Ray has had battles with himself today at the mountain, they are actually in a battle here right now. So let's keep an eye on this for a minute or so here and see what these drivers can do, as Ghost has just under 7 minutes to try and actually take a position away from Ray here, see if that's possible or not. And we shall see. We shall see. Handling the mountain pretty well. Now I just want to make sure here. Yes, this is actually for position. So Ray is in 8th, Ghost is in 9th. Now Magic is not that far behind. I mean, if Magic had a little bit more time, if this was a little bit of a longer race, as I say that, the drivers are saying, no, 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 no. But Magic might have been able to do something here. Now, look at this. Look at this, ladies and gents. Ghost has some fresh tires on. He doesn't have damage. As Ray gets a little loose coming out of the elbow, we'll go on board with Ghost. Let's see what Ghost can do here. He's just got to keep his composure about him. There's still a good 3 laps, maybe 4 left. So let's see what Ghost can do here. I don't know why Ghost didn't go down to 2nd there, but you're absolutely 100% correct, Rick. This has been an absolutely crazy race so far, and that's the thing. Week to week, you know, drivers have strong tracks, drivers have weak tracks. You know, we saw Ray putting on a dominant performance last round at Silverstone, and today he just, you know, Bathurst got the best of him, but it ain't over yet. He's still holding on to that 8th spot, but he does have some damage, I believe, does Ray, maybe slightly. And look at this, Ghost is getting very close here. He's got to back off. Down to 3rd, there you go, Ghost down to 3rd. So now he's got to play his cards right, because he can't do anything right now anyway. He can't do anything through the mountain. He just got to try and stay consistent, tag in the wall a little bit, which is nothing out of the ordinary for Bathurst. We've seen that a million times over. So Bentley v. Bentley here. Who can take this final position here for the 8th spot? And you know they are battling. Pride is on the line, especially from Ghost. Oh, Ray again! What a maneuver by Ghost to avoid him. Oh, Ray has had a horrendous day. He's just been cursed. Poor Ray. Oh, wow. Ray spun again as our cameraman has to catch up with him. He gets going, though, again. I don't think Ray suffered any damage there. It was just a spin getting loose at the top of the mountain. It is very, very easy to do. So, yeah, that's a tough one for Ray there. That's definitely a tough one. He had a good battle going there with Ghost. So, Ghost improving now up into 8th position. That drops Ray to 9th here. As we take a look now, and we have Ram, who is now 7 seconds behind Marco. So Marco has pulled that gap. That was really close, wasn't it, Rick? Really close. So Marco has now pulled that gap to Ram, and Ram dealing with damaged car, so you could expect that. But Ram had a valiant effort in holding him off. Now here comes his teammate Jay on him again, who caused some of this damage. I don't know whose fault it was, but it was definitely between the two of them. So teammate on teammate here, and let's see if Ray can get a clean overtake here. And if he can, we will go back to Sharkbait and see exactly what Sharkbait is doing, as Jay should be able to get the overtake pretty easily here. And yes, it's going to get done. So good working together there, as Sharkbait on his 26th lap here with a pit stop. Let's see how much time he's ahead now of Gravel here. If it updates, I don't know if he's a full lap ahead, but he's put some major distance between him and everybody else. This race has been all Sharkbait in the GT3 class. Now, it's a shame a little bit, because not to take anything away from Sharkbait, but some of the other drivers that wound up, you know, getting into some battles here on the mountain, some slip-ups, that's all it takes, and it ruins your race. And this is another reason why drop rounds are in effect, and it's always good in case somebody misses a round, or in case your car gets totaled. You do have the drop round to rely on. Now, interesting fact here is that second place driver Gravel is still holding down second place really well, and that's not gonna change here. So Gravel doing a really good job, but actually Shark Attack might be in jeopardy of getting lapped by Sharkbait. So the Sharks are after each other tonight.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you
Okay,
can.
so Sharkbait on the final lap. So this is it. Gravel will try, Shark Attack will try and hold off Sharkbait from being lapped. But as it stands right now, Block's going to run one more lap, and his day will be done and dusted with yet another victory in this multi-class championship. What a job by Bloxham today, ladies and gentlemen. JP coming into this race not crazily far behind Blocks, to be honest with you. I mean, he's a ways away, but you know, considering what JP had to deal with, no practice, coming in, just setting his tire pressures and making out like a bandit. Now you have Marco in third place after the Ram issue. Marco's going to be happy to be on the podium here, and that's a really good job by Marco in the Aston here. And Marco has not had much time to practice at all either, so it just goes to show you how great a pros that these drivers really are. So hats off. Ram, again, that battle would have been really close with Marco had Ram not had damage, but what a job by Ram to stick it out with the damage, not pit. Nobody in the GT4 class had pit except for Little Mac, and I think Little Mac had a pit. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Sharkbait is wearing some damage, and he is going to catch, it looks like he's going to catch Shark Attack. He's giving him the high beams already from way back here. Maybe he's just doing that because we're on stream. I don't know. Flash your high beams if you could hear us, Sharkbait. It'll take him 20 seconds to hear that on the delay, but let's see. He might be watching on stream. So what a job by Sharkbait. He's going to take another win here in this series, in this 911 Porsche. So he's not going to lap Shark Attack, so that is going to be good news for Shark Attack. But Sharkbait with another win. Congratulations. Great job by Sharkbait in the 911. He takes it home. Gravel will get second place as he comes down the mountain. As you can see just how far of a lead that Sharkbait had. So great job by Gravel to stick it out and not pit. The strategy definitely paid off for him, as Shark Attack had a pit, and he's on his final lap right now, but he will not catch. So there's Blocks coming home in the pole position, as we spoke about. Hats off to Blocks. He deserves all the credit in the world. He's on a redemption run from Silverstone. Ray's just getting out of his way because he knows it's the final lap, and that is really great stuff. Now JP is going to take home a much-deserved second place, and what a battle all these drivers had last week. I'm so disappointed that that Kevin wound up getting disconnected. Murr is in the house. What's going on, Murr? I haven't seen you in so long, Murr. Thanks for stopping by. We're doing PC racing, Murr. Please check the Discord. Turn your notifications back on. So congratulations, Blocks, on another victory. JP coming home in second place, I believe for the second week in a row with no practice. Phenomenal job by JP. None of these drivers pit. They went the whole 60 minutes. Marco very close to JP, coming home in third position. Great job by Marco there. Outstanding stuff. Then we have Ram making it all the way with damage basically for the last 25 minutes. So great job there by Ram. Honestly, really phenomenal job. Ghost winds up taking 8th. Magic wound up taking 9th. And Ray taking 12th. Little Mac and Tango. So Tango will finish ahead of Little Mac. Jay will get credit for the race. And Autista had to get towed back. But yeah, hey, hats off to all these drivers here. This was a really good job. A really good job by Sharkbait. He deserves the credit. Sharkbait has really been coming along this whole season, so congratulations to Sharkbait, ladies and gents. It was a really good performance from him. A really great performance by Gravel in the McLaren. He did not make a pit stop. He stayed out on track. He had damage. There's the final results. So really, really good job by these drivers. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, this was a really action-packed race. Let's put it that way. So even when we have things all over the place like we did tonight, the battles still persist and they still take place. So it's really a great thing to see. And I just want to thank everybody for stopping by and all the drivers for being here, as you always are. Couldn't do any of this without you. So yeah, Sharkbait on the win. It's been really good. Shark Attack, give him credit as well. He did come home in a podium position here, so that's a really good job on his part. Like I said, Blocks has been dominant, and he just showed his dominance again today. JP with an outstanding job. Marco, a really good job with limited practice. Ram, phenomenal job with damage. Ghost starting from the back of the pits and wound up starting in last place because he couldn't get a qualifying lap in, does take 8th. Magic, who was basically beat up on the mountain by other cars, and he still comes in 9th. Ray, I think Ray must have pit at least 4 times, and he's still able to take home a 10th position, you know, finishing 2 seconds there behind Magic. Not that bad. So yeah, so really good job by everybody. I don't know what happened to Mac. He had a pit, and Kevin got disconnected somehow, and I know it wasn't a rage or anything like that because he was really doing really well. So that's definitely a disappointment for Autista and Kevin. But we will finish up, ladies and gentlemen, at Alton Park next week, and that will be definitely a pretty tough place to go and a pretty tough place to drive for the drivers. So yeah, hats off to everybody. And the PC is being built by Sharkbait. We have Gel Speed building a PC, so we do have drivers building their PC. So yeah, Murr, we really do wish that you do join us, so you could race with us on PC. We have a Laguna event up on SimGrid now that you can sign up for. Follow us. Yeah, of course, yeah, man. Yeah, console can still be quite fun, but the PC world is where it's at for everybody. We do know that, but you know, we're still gonna put on events at SFR here for PS4, obviously for PS5 as well, and of course PC. So Mer, we'd like to extend the invitation out to you again. I know you're still on the Discord. Just check it out. We reorganized some things. We'd love to have you back on track. We have an event coming up at Laguna on Sunday. And then the following week, we're going to do a 2-hour solo race event at Spa. So we'd love to see you out there, Mer. Oh, I see. Okay. So is that why I've seen you play other games recently than as opposed to ACC? So, okay, when you're all set up, definitely come back with us because we'd love to see you on track, Mer. But ladies and gentlemen, that was an interesting race to say the least. So we will be back on Sunday at Laguna on PC for me to be driving in the Ferrari, because that's what I'll be driving from now on. I need to practice for the Ferrari Villa esports competition, and I want to just continue to drive the Ferrari as we spoke about. But we'll be back next week on Wednesday to wrap up this multi-class series, and then, like I said, we will continue with PS4 series. Probably take about 3 weeks off, start another series where it will just be GT3 drivers only, and then we will also have a PS5 series and a PC series. So stay tuned for that, everybody. And thank you once again, and we will catch you next week. Thanks a lot, everybody. We do greatly appreciate it.